So the city of Pittsburgh, did you see the news about we're a month away from draft day? Did you see that the city of Pittsburgh for the days of the draft Thursday, Friday are going e-learning for schools? They're not even sending the kids to
Oh, yes, I
schools.
did I did see that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I
they
lo-
are leaning in heavily to it.
I
Hey,
love
I
it.
for a small, market team comparatively, I get it. I get it. Go all the way in and make it a town celebration. I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's really funny, and I give them a lot of credit for just saying, you know what, the city's going to be a mess. This is going to be everyone's going to be focused all in on this. Who knows? Maybe they had, e-learning days. It's so funny. We didn't have those when we were growing up. My kids get e-learning days sometimes, and I think it's so BS. I'm like, that is like I feel for them. I'm like, you kids, like you got COVID, screwed you guys on
Yeah,
this
there's a
one
lot. Yeah,
that you can not take a snow day and you can have an e-learning day. But shout out to it's a real football city move from the city of Pittsburgh.
it
Uh,
is.
and I would imagine most of the assignments that day, those days, it's the end of the school year anyways, are going to be, you know, who did the Steelers draft in the first round? That's your assignment. That's your assignment for
Or
for
for, like,
Thursday.
philosophy class, why did the Pittsburgh Steelers select Kenny Pickett with their 6th round pick back in 2021? And you have to give a very thoughtful response. Well,
Yeah,
let's see here. It's like, yeah.
he knew the stadium. He
He
played in the stadium.
he knew the stadium. Nobody cared about the small hands. They just
Oh,
liked that flowing hair, and,
that's That's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh. We're about a month away from the draft, and I know that we're gonna have a little bit of a break in our schedule coming up for the next week or so.
Yep.
So this is kind of a final, kind of news and note show, and then when we come back there, mid-April, we're gonna be, all in on the draft for a couple episodes, and then obviously draft reaction. Maybe even do a draft live show like we did last year.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. So it's that time of the year, baby. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, super pumped. We've got obviously some mild breaking news that's dropped over the last day or so that we're going to talk about here today. And then I've got a little bit of a special surprise for Mark. Hopefully, he hasn't seen this
I,
yet,
I
but
probably
some
have.
really good fun facts and kind of wild, weird stats from NFL history. So we'll dive right into the big news of the day. All right, so we've got Jaxon Smith-Njigba getting locked up early here in a 4-year deal, $168.6 million, Mark, the Seattle Seahawks securing their by far number one wideout long term and making him the NFL's highest paid receiver and the highest paid receiver in NFL history. So a big deal here, 42, I believe, and a half,
Per
42
year.
a year, making him the highest paid ever. Really big stuff there. And honestly, I think we would both agree, pretty much a no brainer, especially if they let Kenneth Walker go. The season that JSN had, the impact he made in the playoffs and the regular season alike. This is a guy you got to keep around.
Well, listen, what I love so much about JSN is his kind of ascension, and it's a confidence pick from the GM, right? Like the ultimate, like I was right. You take a guy, his rookie year, it's kind of like all right, I guess he's a really solid number two, and then last year really takes a step forward, and you say to yourself, this guy's good enough to move on from DK Metcalf. And then you move on from DK Metcalf and he becomes the offensive player of the year. What a
Mhm.
rise, what an ascension. Um,
And
and
coming out of college, he was the clear number one wideout.
for
Everyone was
that
like, man, this guy
class.
at Ohio State was killing it. And then, yeah, instantly kind of gets buried because Tyler Lockett's there and DK Metcalf and
Yeah.
just a crowded room at the time that he came
It
into the
felt kind of
league.
like a weird pick. You're like, this feels like a not necessarily a position of need. And here we are 3 years later, and it's just like a home run. And from all accounts, like the least character issue guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
When you got big money receivers, like the Brandon Ayuk's of the world who fall off the map, Marcus Colston. They spent or no, wait. who is it? Why am I screwing it up? Who is the guy in New Orleans who had like the giant seasons? Then he got
Michael
totally
Thomas.
Michael Thomas,
Yeah.
and then just disappeared. Obviously, Antonio Brown had that giant contract and then just went absolutely bonkers. So from what I can tell, what I would imagine, he's going to be not an issue, not a problem. He's been healthy. And listen, if you're going to make a focal point of your offense, the star wide receiver just won Offensive Player of the Year. I'm totally comfortable with it, especially the cap going up. But it is wild. You see that number, and you're saying to yourself, I think I sent you the chart on Facebook of like,
yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
The highest paid guys, and it's like these are ginormous numbers. But you know what? If you're picking on the list of those guys to be making that money, he feels like maybe the safest bet as of right now from the list of those guys, right?
Yeah,
Micah Parsons is the highest paid non-quarterback, and you know, we don't know what he's going to be next year.
I mean, it's edge rushers and it's wideouts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the list, and we've talked for years now that edge rusher is, you know, one of the top 5 most important positions in all football because of the great quarterbacks in the league, the pass heavy nature of it. And obviously offensive tackle is still a premium, but then really outside of quarterback, it's wide receiver that's next on that list. And yeah, we're looking at Aiden Hutchinson making $45 million a year. Then third most in the league of non-quarterbacks is JSN with 42.2. That's TJ Watt, Jamar Chase, Daniil Hunter, Myles Garrett, all of them over 40, and then Max Crosby, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb right around the 34.
I mean, all big names. Everyone's a big name, and everyone when healthy is what you would argue top 2 or 3 at their position.
Sure.
So it makes sense, but it starts to feel like that CeeDee Lamb. You're like, wait, I'm only paying 34 for CeeDee Lamb versus 42 for JSN. Yeah, right. But listen, the numbers are just going to keep going up. The cap exploded. It's going to explode again. The growth of the NFL. These guys are finally starting to make, you know, mid-star NBA money. He's getting paid now what Tyrese Halliburton is getting paid. You know what I mean? It's like it's finally starting to feel like if you are a star in the NFL and not a quarterback, you're gonna be paid like an elite athlete gets paid in the modern world of sports. So good on JSN. And listen, I thought I saw the Seahawks also brought back Jake Bobo. So the wide receiver
huge.
But it is in the sense of like, okay.
Well, they're getting stability with the room for sure.
And if you're going to pay one guy that much money, you're going to have to go find the guys who aren't. You're not paying anything to. But
don't be surprised if they don't draft one in the first round. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle's in a good spot. They're one of those few teams that I look at like their roster, and I'm not a Seattle beat writer, but it feels like they have the luxury to just draft what's best available. And when you're picking that late in the first round, that's a good feeling because you don't want to be. It feels like, you know, the Patriots, they have some needs. You know what I mean? Versus the Seahawks, they're drafting one later, and it's like we feel like, you know, this is a luxury to be drafting maybe a wide receiver in the first round. We'll see.
It is fascinating that not too long ago we were thinking about $40 million a year being, you know, the top quarterbacks. We're making that, and now Dak Prescott leads all quarterbacks with $60 million a year. In just a 6-year span, that changed. You know,
I know.
Which it's growing so rapidly. But yeah, that used to be the barometer, and now we're seeing JSN and others
trust me
exceed that limit. As non-quarterbacks, so
I'm getting ready to swallow a big number probably in a year from now. So it'll be I hope I'm in the spot where it's like
Caleb Williams, the first ever $1 million or $1 billion contract.
Listen, if he leads the Bears to a Super Bowl or like wins an MVP, I don't know how. I feel like it'd be the easiest no-brainer that he would jump up to the highest paid player in the league, a number 1 overall pick. That with that ascension in the most quarterback needy franchise in NFL history, I feel like it would be the biggest no-brainer. So we'll see that. But shout out to JSN. if you're George Pickens, if you're some of these other guys, it's good that he got his number fairly early here into the offseason because now you can really negotiate off of that. I'm not
Mhm.
saying they're going to get more, but at least now you can look at
It
and say,
raises their floor, though.
yes, exactly, right? You could say, hey, I know I'm not JSN. Fine, fine. But you know what I mean? Like, can we talk 35? Can we
Yeah,
talk?
they're gonna get CeeDee Lamb money
Yes.
for, maybe
Yeah.
not being on that level
Yeah.
necessarily. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, good stuff for JSN and the Seattle Seahawks. Couple other bits of news before we get into the fun facts. Front Office Sports announcing today that Mike Tomlin is gearing up for a post-coaching career in media, signing with a sports agency called the Montag Group. So when we weren't exactly sure what his future plans were going to be, or he's going to take a full year off, which he may still take a year off, but
Yeah.
signing with a sports agency, media agency at least, shows that he is planning on going into the media at some point or time. I'm still not sure what that means because I really do believe when he talked about how he didn't feel comfortable assessing his peers in such a way that typical media does. Maybe something's changed for him, or he saw the dollar signs and it's like, that's good. Or maybe he's going to go a different route in the media. Maybe it's not going to be what we think. Maybe it's not sitting at a Fox Sports panel before a game or after a game. Maybe it's something else, a podcast or
Yeah.
some sort of thing. So I'd be interested to see kind of how this manifests. But yeah, some big news and
I could
noteworthy there.
I could see him being signing one of those deals with like an Amazon or like a Netflix to like do just special broadcasts, right? When they get like Christmas Day games and it's like they take people kind of from all over. I
Yeah,
could see him just saying, "All right, I'm going to dabble with this. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to get paid to do it, but my focus is probably still going to want to try to be a coach next year."
yeah.
Um the only thing that I would suggest, like just personally, like if I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, ESPN, Fox, NBC Sunday Night Football, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking the CBS desk. I would love to see him become the permanent replacement for like a Terry Bradshaw. I
Oh,
love
sure.
I
I mean, that'd
love
be
the
amazing.
Fox. I love the Fox Sports, Howie, Terry, Michael. Like that dynamic has always to me
Yeah.
been the closest thing football has to like Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, Charles, right?
Yep.
Um, but in the last couple years, it's been hard with Terry.
It
Like
has. It has.
Terry, and I love Terry to death, but it's been a little hard. Like
Yeah, I've
Howie,
gone over to the CBS crew with Bill Cowher and,
yep,
Nate,
Burleson,
Burleson,
which
'cause I like them a lot, but yeah, it kinda got to be a little just
yeah,
too much.
it's
I
getting.
love Howie. Howie's always
Yeah,
been, like, my favorite,
I know, me
and
too. And,
it's
and it's just getting to where it feels like the last couple of years of Lee Corso, where it's like they're just kind of have to babysit him and kind of like, okay,
yeah, he's the crazy uncle at the
yes,
Thanksgiving
as
dinner,
opposed to like
you know?
really fun and energetic and funny and quick so if I had to like just like dream scenario, he takes that job, he never coaches again, and he then along with like Gronk and Brady, kind of the new blood of Fox Sports, have a transitional kind of couple years with Howie, and until then Howie moves on, and 10 years from now or whatever, and they kind of retool and reload. But I would argue who needs him the most is ESPN because I can't stand any of ESPN's pre-show stuff. I mean, I like what's her name who hosts the it's so bad. Like I think Kelsey is fun. I like not it's not Samantha Ponder anymore. What's her name? Oh God, she's good too. And I'm
Well, at ESPN? I'm trying to
she
think of
hosts,
who you're.
she's the new, she's a pretty thing, and she hosts God, I'll figure it out. But I really like I don't like Ryan Clark. I've never been like Rex Ryan is so much. It just never like none of the ESPN stuff has just felt good since like the Dicka era. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it
Peter
just
Schrager's great,
Schrager is good, and they were smart to steal him away, right? Like
they
they were
were,
smart.
yeah.
So I feel like they could use him the most.
Well,
And
and now since they bought the NFL Network, Kyle Brandt should
yes,
be now a part of that group
Yes, and he
reuniting with
helps.
Peter.
He
Kyle
helps.
Brandt's like he's so good.
He's very
I'm
good.
a
He's
huge
very
fan of
good.
his.
He's like a digestible Barstool Sports for a lot of people. He rips off
Yeah,
of like some of the big cat stuff,
yeah.
but he's digestible.
And
But
his little mini, like, 3-minute specials that he
yeah,
does before the games are always, like, so,
yeah, they're fun.
creative
They're
and
fun.
fun. Yeah.
So I would agree. I think it's interesting. I could talk. We could do a whole episode just on like the sports landscape. But I will say, Burleson. Funny you brought it up. I don't mind CBS because I like Boomer. I like Bill. Burleson doesn't bother me on CBS football. He is just driving me insane on the March Madness coverage. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it feels like Charles can get away with it because King Charles is just so funny, right? And he played college
Yeah,
ball, so he at least can still talk basketball. But it feels like when he can't get off script. Like he just doesn't know basketball and college. Like it just feels everything feels so like I'm
yeah,
reading the script. And it's not him. When you see him do the like the NFL stuff, he's very in the flow and very having fun. And now that he has to like host, it just is a weird fit. But I get CBS probably not wanting to pay someone else or whatever the contract works, but it just I don't blame him, but I can't stand him on the basketball coverage.
no, I think that's fair.
It
Yeah.
has not worked.
Um,
I
no,
think
I
I'm gonna
think
look her name up. This woman, just talk, and I'm gonna figure this out.
yeah,
Sarah
Maria is it
Rutledge.
Maria
No,
Taylor?
Maria Taylor's on NBC. It's Rutledge. It's Samantha
Oh,
Rutledge.
Lisa Rutledge. Yeah, yeah,
Lisa Rutledge or
yeah.
Samantha
I think it's
Rutledge.
Lisa.
Laura Rutledge.
Laura. Okay.
She's good, and she does. Yeah, you recognize her if you saw her.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's good. She does a really good job. At like, and they've had some back and forth there. But NBC getting rid of Tony Dungy, they have a lot of turnover. They could use Tomlin too on
They
Sunday Night
could. They
Football.
could. I think he would be good in there. Selfishly, I think it'd be really cool for them to totally pivot and try and create something newish in the world of sports media, and not dissimilar to like what Peyton did, where he would do that
Oh, Manning
30-minute
cast.
show where he would kind of tour the country and like.
Oh yeah.
I think Tomlin being a host of a show like that, or even something like a Graham Bensinger, where it's like more serious, like sit downs, but he
Ooh,
travels and goes and sits down with, because Tomlin has so many relationships that he's very comfortable speaking with in those types of settings. I could see him being a go travel, sit down on the couch, tell the story of somebody,
yeah.
and sit down with them and do a long
And
form
he's such a
interview.
quote machine. He would be gold. It would
Dude,
be gold.
his a football life is gonna be great.
And I will say credit to like John Gruden, what he does with Barstool. Like he's doing a podcast now, and
Yeah.
Gruden, like just getting Gruden content is great. And I feel like Tomlin, if he signs in something like that, if I'm just getting Tomlin content, I'm excited. Like
You'll
I
be
know it'll be
happy.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, the last bit of news, Levante David,
Yeah.
longtime, linebacker, announced his retirement after 14 NFL seasons. A bit of surprise him returning last year, so this was not a surprise, but
Was he a Buck for life, or I don't remember where did he start
I
his career
believe so. I'm
somewhere
gonna
else?
look up his career stats
14
right now because
years,
I was
I think.
also
Was it
curious.
14-year career?
14 NFL seasons. I believe they were all with the Tampa Bay
Because my
Buccaneers.
first thought was like Hall of Very Good, right? Like I don't know all the. It wouldn't shock me if also like no, dude, he's got like 4 All Pros and he's a Hall of Famer. Like I wouldn't like shock me.
You'd be
But my
shocked about
first
that?
my first thought would be like Hall of Very Good. If you're gonna do a little deep
So he
dive here,
has his whole career was with Tampa.
that helps. I like.
He was on the NFL All Rookie team, one first team All Pro in 2013, and then one additional Pro Bowl in 2015.
Yeah.
So
Hall
yeah,
of
the
Very Good with
accolades in
a
terms
Super
of
Bowl ring.
yeah, yeah, one of those really, really, really solid NFL careers. He finished his career with, let's see here, how many? We got 21 fumble recoveries, 33 forced fumbles,
Wow.
He also had 14 interceptions, which is quite a bit, and
One a
then
year.
42 and
That's
a half
yeah.
sacks. So, to go
Yeah.
with his, like, 1,700 combined
So he
tackles. So the
averaged
guy
he
was
averaged like an interception, 3.5 sacks a year from the middle linebacker spot. Like that's a nice career. That's a nice career.
yeah, and really healthy throughout the vast majority of his career. I mean, he only
Yeah.
missed a handful of games in his 14 seasons. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
big kudos there. All right, so I hope you haven't seen this because the NFL YouTube, they have a separate channel called NFL Throwback,
Okay. I haven't
and
heard of it.
I love that channel because it's if you remember, I'm sure you do. NFL Network would do the NFL Top 10 all the time, and
Yes.
that was like I was addicted to that. They haven't done that in years and years, but this NFL Throwback channel does similar things. They'll do cool videos. They'll do kind of top 10 lists. They'll do, look back stories on like this season or, whatever. They actually have a really cool video on the changing of the quarterback landscape from 2000 on. And they kind of take
Ooh.
you through every season of like the dominant quarterbacks all the way through up into like 2020. So it's
You're gonna
really
have to
neat.
send me like that video, and then I'll follow this channel. I have never.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
you
know.
got to. It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
really, really cool. But anyway, they came out with a video. Let me find the exact name of it so that I can give them a proper kudos. But it was um it was like the weirdest NFL stats
Okay.
and fun facts.
All right.
So
I'm
there was like a
excited.
lot of things on here, and honestly, like I knew a couple of them, and a couple you will know as well. But some of the others were very like granular where I'm like, wow, they really had to like go deep to find this out.
Okay.
But it was just fascinating. So the channel is called NFL Throwback, and um, the video is called "Strange but True: Insane NFL Facts to Blow Your Mind."
Okay.
So
I'm ready.
I'll kind of some of these I'm not even gonna like ask you to guess on because like they'd be like
All
impossible.
right. Yeah.
But some I'll throw your way. So there is one team in the NFL, in NFL history, that has never played a home game on natural grass. Only one team. Can you think of
New
what team this
Orleans
might be?
Saints.
And it's not like a
New
new team
Orleans
like the
Saints.
Texans. It is not the New Orleans Saints.
Dang,
New
I feel
Orleans
like that
Saints
was a
have
good.
apparently played on grass, at
I
least
felt like
once
that was
in
a
their
good guess.
that was a good guess because an
Maybe
old
when they
team in a
moved,
dome.
maybe the Saints only like when they moved for Katrina, because didn't they play in like Oklahoma City or something? And like,
Oh, that yeah, that might be
because
actually.
I feel like that's a great guess. I
It is
mean,
a great guess.
all right. Who else played in a dome in a home game? Are
And the
the
great thing about this too is that this video is like it's recent, up to date through the 2025 season. So,
all right?
all
One,
the
I'll
stats I'm
take.
going to read are with that in mind.
Is it a dome team?
No,
So then it's someone who's played on. It's someone that has artificial grass in outside.
yeah, and this team has been around.
Who's got outdoor turf still?
It's an NFC team. I'll tell you that.
Oh, dude, that's
And they're not in a climate where you would think
at no,
that
it's
they
not
wouldn't
Atlanta.
play
You said it wasn't a
natural
dome
grass.
team. Is it? Is it? It's not Minnesota because it's a dome team. I don't know. Seattle?
No, it's not a dome team.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's
Correct,
not Minnesota
correct,
because they're a
yeah.
dome team. So is it like?
Minnesota didn't play in a dome during the Fran Tarkenton years and all of
Oh,
that.
that's true. Is it Seattle?
It is Seattle. It is the
Is
Seattle
that
Seahawks.
fake turf up there? And
Mm.
that's at the. Oh, I didn't know.
And
Okay.
they apparently before they played at the now oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the stadium now, but before they were here, they had played for a time as well at the University of Washington, and they also had
Like
artificial grass.
AstroTurf. Oh,
So
that's funny.
yeah, only
Okay.
team that can say that in NFL history never
That's wild.
played a home game on natural grass. This one you will know, but it's still funny when you juxtapose it with this other team. The Steelers have had a total of 16 coaches since their founding in 1933. We all know that they've had 3 coaches since 1969, 16 total since 1933. The Browns have had 13 head coaches since 2000. So
And that's when is
67
that
years prior,
that's
and the Steelers
insane.
only had 3 more coaches during that entire span.
Yeah, and listen, I think the Browns will be adding another one in 2 years from now. Good luck to Todd
Yeah,
Monken.
yeah, right? Yeah. No, that's just that it's quite funny. So yeah, 14 since 2000 before 2030, it will be for the Cleveland Browns at
Wow.
the very least. All right, this one is very interesting. 5 straight it's been 5 straight seasons now, where a former New York Giant first round pick has won the Super Bowl with a different team.
A New York Giant. Okay, because that would have been
So,
Leonard Williams.
first round pick by the New York Giants, who has now won a Super Bowl with a different team,
Leonard
and it's
Williams.
happened in 5 straight. Leonard Williams is not, no,
Wait,
not
who's
on
the
here.
same? Oh, that was sorry. That was the. Oh, who's the? Who got the Seahawks got? Who did they
There
get?
is a Seahawks guy.
Yeah, who he's a defensive. Is he a
It's
defensive
Julian
lineman?
Love.
Julian Love.
Julian Love was the first round pick from the New York Giants several years ago, defensive back. You are correct.
Okay.
The
Well,
year
then Odell
before,
Beckham Jr. is on that, right? With the Rams.
yes, Odell
Okay.
Beckham Jr. is on it.
Okay. So then who won the Super Bowl last year would have been the Eagles. So the Eagles had a New York Giant. Saquon Barkley.
Yes, I was gonna say, yeah.
I was like, don't
Yeah, yeah.
pull that one up, Mark. Before the Eagles was the Chiefs. The Chiefs had Sky Moore. Or no,
Chiefs drafted Sky Moore, but
no,
you're
yeah, no, what's his name? The guy, the wide receiver who can't
yeah,
catch.
you've
What's
got it. It's Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney.
Yeah,
Kadarius
and he
Toney.
won 2 of them, so
And then Odell Beckham is the other one.
and there was one more. So because those
What was
2
the
don't
team?
count, they're not counting the 2 that Kadarius Toney won. They're just he's one of the. So really, if you look back to Super Bowls in general, it's really 7 Super Bowls that a first round pick from the Giants, because 2 of these candidates have won 2 Super Bowls.
So what's the other team? What am I missing?
The other team actually was with the Giants, but he won another one with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, okay. So that would be he won a Super Bowl with the Giants, then won one with the Buccaneers. So who was on
Correct.
that 20? Was that JPP?
It is. Yep.
JPP?
Yeah.
Shout out Stephen Shea. Yes.
That is so funny. So only one of those first round picks won it with the Giants at some point in time.
Kadarius
The rest
Toney.
were on their way elsewhere to win a Super Bowl.
I thought was Leonard Williams was the Jets then. That's what I'm thinking. Because the Jets.
Yes.
Because the Jets have Darnold and Williams. There was some stat too about the Jets having like first rounders who've made it to Super Bowls or whatever because of trades. I think.
And we're not done with the first round picks either. We've got some coming up.
All right, I'm pretty proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, it was good. You know this one. We've talked about it on the show. The 2025 New York Jets are the only team in NFL history to not record an interception in a season since 1933. So,
they just paid Deshaun Wright, the Bears' Deshaun Wright, who had 5 interceptions this year. So good luck.
I did some digging though as well. In 4 years as defensive coordinator of the Lions, now New York Jets head coach Aaron Glenn, his units recorded 11 interceptions, 12 interceptions, and then 16 and 16 in back-to-back years. So he went from that with the Lions to being the head coach of the Jets and not having their
and remember the Lions those last couple years, it was like their biggest weakness was their defensive backs.
Yeah.
Remember? Because they kept getting injured, they kept drafting guys. So that's funny. That's wild.
It's crazy. Okay. In 1962, oh, hold on. I didn't get I didn't put down the team for which this person recorded this. A NFL player recorded the season-long stat line of 1 catch for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. And you say, how is that possible? Can you think of how this could be possible?
Wasn't it weren't end zones longer at some point in time, or there was some wait, what, or was
No, it
it
doesn't have to do with that. He played for the Baltimore Colts during this season,
one? How did he get
and
a
he was
hundred
a
and?
receiver.
How did he get 111 yards?
So in 1962, Baker of the Baltimore Colts recorded one catch
Okay.
for 78 yards and a touchdown. And then he had another 33-yard play in which it was caught by someone else and then lateraled to him. So he doesn't get credit for the
Oh,
reception, but he
but he
gets the
gets the
receiving
yards.
yards tacked on. And so his season-long stats are just the one catch for 111 yards and one
What a
touchdown.
stat. That's awesome.
It's super cool. All right. I'll save the best for last. Well, actually, the next three are really, really cool.
All
So
the
I guess
best.
I don't know which one to pick over the others. Um, in 1977,
Okay.
one team had only 3 passing touchdowns all season, all season long. Now 14 games, but still. And in this season, they also reached the mark of having lost 23 games in a row. So very, very bad
Tampa
NFL
Bay.
team that yes,
Tampa
it was.
Bay. I knew
It was.
Tampa. I was thinking late 70s. Bucks were young team and they were not good at quarterback.
I wanna see. They were 2-12 that year. Uh, they scored 103 points all season.
That's brutal, dude. I mean, I know the
That
NFL
is
was different back then. I know it was different, and it was only 14 games, but that's less than 10 points a game. That's a
most
tough
points in
watch.
1977 NFL season went to the Oakland Raiders, who scored 351.
Yes.
So they
So you
scored
could put up
they
points.
scored more than 3 times the points that Tampa Bay scored in the entirety of
Wow.
the season.
Didn't that
Dude,
season lead them to draft Steve Young? Like, or was Steve Young like maybe a year later or something like that? I mean,
no, I think it was, let me see, that would have been the 1978. They still had Doug Williams. Um, oh, no, maybe that led them to draft Doug Williams. I thought Doug
oh,
Williams was
because
already on the team. No, yeah, that must have been led them to draft Doug Williams then because he was not the quarterback. I was like, if he was the quarterback, they would have thrown more than 3 passing
yeah,
touchdowns.
and I think Young was drafted early 80s, not that late 70s. So yeah.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, they had a quarterback by the name of Gary Huff, and his
Dude, guys used to
stats
just
that season was 67 for 138. That's like 2 games in today's league.
that's like that's like a game and a half for like Jameis Winston.
3 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 889 yards for the season.
And you know what? Fans probably didn't blame him. They're like, we need to run the ball better.
Right. Now he only played 8 games that year, but still that's pretty rough. Okay. From 2002 to 2007.
Okay.
So that's 7 draft classes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, that's 6 draft classes.
Okay.
The Raiders' first round picks, which were pretty much all busts, 4 of those times, they drafted a first round bust, the pick directly before a future Hall of Famer. In just that 6-year window, on 4 occasions, they
Jamarcus
drafted a
Russell,
first round player. So,
Robert Gallery.
Jamarcus Russell in 07 is the latest one.
Yeah,
in that group.
Robert Gallery.
Yes, that's correct. But who did they take Jamarcus Russell ahead of?
I don't know. I have no idea. He was 1.
Calvin Johnson.
2 was Calvin Johnson.
They took him the pick before Calvin Johnson.
Robert Gallery was
how did you know Robert Gallery?
Because that was 2002, right?
That was 2004.
Okay, so 13-year-old Mark was an offensive lineman who was like,
Ah,
you know what I mean? Like he was the stud. He was the number 1 overall pick, I think. And it was,
yes. He was
like
the number 2 pick. He was the number
number
2
2,
pick.
but he was this insanely talented offensive lineman. He was supposed to be the next, great offensive lineman, Robert
Yep,
Gallery.
yep. So they took him 1 pick before Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitz.
So Larry Fitzgerald went number 3 to
I
the
don't know if
Arizona
I can
Cardinals.
think of the other busts. Give me a
The
position.
other 2 busts, one of them I remember this name, but I wouldn't have thought of it.
What's the
And
position?
in '05, the position was a cornerback taken directly before Aaron Rodgers. And then in 2002, both of these were pick number 23, by the way, so late picks. In 2002, they picked an inside linebacker directly ahead of Ed Reed.
No, I don't
And
know
that was the
either of those.
David Carr draft.
I don't know any of those names.
Yeah, so in '02, the inside linebacker taken at pick number 23 was Napoleon Harris from
Napoleon Harris.
Northwestern,
No wonder he's a
um,
bust.
taken directly before the Baltimore Ravens select Ed Reed.
Okay.
And then in '05, they took cornerback Fabian Washington,
Fabian Washington. What a
which I
throwback
did
name.
remember that name. I
Yeah.
think he had a decent was a decent player for a few years. They took him at 23 right before Aaron Rodgers.
That's a
So,
rough streak.
a rough streak just in a 6-year window. You missed out. It wasn't like, oh man, what if we like traded and like you just picked these guys directly before a Hall of Famer 4 occasions. I can't help but wonder if they had just gotten one of those future
Yeah,
Hall of
right.
Famers, what could have
What could have been?
happened? You could have had Derek Carr throwing to Larry Fitzgerald at some point early in his career. All right, the final one, and this is wild. I'm trying to figure out how to present this because
Okay.
I can't get. So there is somebody in NFL history who is not a
Okay.
Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I'm sure people who grew up in this era know of this name,
Okay.
but it's certainly not one that is talked about in NFL history
What's the
or
era?
ever mentioned. I believe it's the 70s. Let me double check.
Okay.
Want to see what year this gentleman played. Okay. So he played from 1990 to 2003. He had a 14-year NFL career, but he's honestly kind of a forgettable player overall. No, I never heard of this guy. I don't think
Okay.
you've ever
I'm
heard of this.
excited. I'm excited to see if I've heard of him.
This guy had more career catches than Michael Irvin, than Steve Largent, and Shannon Sharp.
And he's a wide receiver.
Catches. And he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not
wide receiver. What? Give me.
He's he not a wide receiver.
Tight end?
Nope.
More catches. Oh, running back.
Nope.
Well, now we're getting into. Now it's getting. He's not tight end, a wide receiver, a running back. So what was he?
He was a fullback.
Okay.
A fullback.
Okay.
Recorded 800.
What team? What team?
Catches.
What team did he play for?
He played for several teams,
okay.
But I think the majority of his success came from his years with the Arizona Cardinals. He had about a 5-season run with them.
Who else did he play for?
Give me in 1994 to 1998 was his run with them. He recorded in 1995 with Arizona, he had 101 catches as a fullback, 962 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
What a stud.
He followed that up with 99 catches the next year, 7 touchdowns. And
what other teams did he play for?
He played for, I don't know who this.
Cardinals?
Oh, okay. They were the Phoenix Cardinals. That's why. Okay, so he played with the Phoenix Cardinals, then the Arizona Cardinals from 1990 to 1998. This is fullback Larry Centers.
Larry Centers.
From
I feel like if I saw him, maybe is he? I gotta look up what Larry Centers looks like. Was he like a traditional big looking fullback?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah, I mean, he more athletic though. Like he's definitely like not super bulky,
Yeah, number 37. No, he definitely.
but isn't he has more career catches than Michael Irvin, Steve Largent, and
What a
Shannon
what
Sharp,
a stud.
which is remarkable.
Good for him.
Um,
That's insane. I mean, I never would have pulled that name. My brain was going to like Lorenzo Neal or someone. I was trying to think of early 2000s fullbacks names, and I would have never got there. Larry Centers.
I mean, I was like, my only thought was like maybe Larry Zonka somehow, but they didn't throw the ball enough for that to count. So yeah, if I'm looking right now at the career receptions list, what
He's
did I
got
say?
to
He had
be,
800 and
yeah, eight something.
827 career catches. So he has more than Zach Ertz. He has more than Tyreek Hill. I've already mentioned obviously the Hall of Famers. He has more than Marshall Faulk.
Who's around him on the list? Like who also has like 800?
He's directly in line with Zach Ertz. He's got 2 catches
Okay.
more than Zach Ertz. He's got 20 fewer catches than Rod Smith.
Okay. So
He's
how
not far
many?
behind
What like
Muhsin
rank is he?
Muhammad and Mike
Is he?
Evans.
Is he like 30th on the list?
He's 36th.
Okay, that's impressive. That's very impressive.
I'm seeing if Irving Fryer. I don't know who this guy is. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a non-wide receiver above him. Or tight end, of course. So you got Travis Kelce's and
So like
Tony
he might have
Gonzalez.
the most catches of any running back in NFL history. Like, is he have more than
I'm
like
looking through it right now.
Danian Tomlinson?
No, yeah, if he has more than Marshall Faulk, he's got to be
Yeah, he's got to
the
be
top.
more.
Yeah, he is.
That's a great stat. I mean, that's good for that guy. I hope he made some good money in his life because that's awesome. What a stat.
This guy should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's crazy. It's more than Ricky Water. Well,
He
like,
truly,
Ricky
from the
Watters is
sounds
way
of it,
down
he
there.
probably was really just a running back. Like he really, I bet if you watch the highlights, you'd be like, this guy's a running back. But he listed as a fullback, maybe in a two-back system. You know what I mean? In a certain offensive.
He has a lot more than Rob Gronkowski. Like a lot more.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess
Gronk's
Gronk didn't
stats are
play that long.
Gronk's claim for best tight end in NFL history has nothing to do with stats. It's really not a stats.
Right. Yeah, very true. But yeah, so that's the
That's
full
fun.
list I had for you, and
That's a fun one.
it's
Send me that
still, even though
YouTube
you've all
channel.
been told the list now, they had one on there too about Belichick against the Giants, but it wasn't that compelling. It's like he's 4-7 all time against the Giants, and
I
that
bet that's
included his career as a DC as well.
Oh,
And he was on the field for all of the Giants' Super Bowl wins, once as a DC,
yeah.
and then
That's fun.
twice as the opposing head coach.
That's funny. That's a good stat. That's a
Yeah,
good stat. You know,
but
the Patriots now have the most Super Bowl losses in NFL history,
yes, yeah.
and the most Super Bowl wins. It's like they have a lot of records. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it's a fun one. I would
That is
definitely
a good.
encourage people
That's
to
a
go
good
check
one.
out the video anyway because it's really cool.
We have a little break here in the schedule.
Yep.
We're no show next week. We'll talk about what we want to do in April, but we'll get back at it. And I would just put out there to all of our viewers, if there is some sort of draft topics or draft prospects or anything draft specific that you want us to look at and take a start analyzing and maybe give some thoughts on. Maybe it's just your team specific need, a targeted player or whatever it might be. Comment away, reach out to us, send us a message on any of the social channels. We'll try to maybe get some of that in, because my feeling is like we're obviously going to do what we've done in the past, where we'll do a quarterbacks episode where we'll just talk about, okay, who are the guys that are even draftable, who we keep an eye on, right? I brought up Tyler Shuck last year in that episode. I feel good about that one. I think I had him as a guy who's like, a legitimate, like, keep an eye on him getting drafted. So we'll do that. But anyways, we're open for suggestions when it comes to the draft.
Absolutely. Yeah. Love to hear your thoughts, get that engagement with the show. We'll be happy to entertain some of those topics. So yeah, let us know. And we'll take a little bit of a breather here and come back in a couple weeks with some more content. So we'll see y'all soon.